Hello, and welcome to our first webinar, aptResponse's first webinar. How is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are excited and eager to learn today, because I am. Welcome to our webinar titled The Legal Tech Gold Rush. So today we'll be discussing tech in the legal space, how you can maximize available technologies and to enhance and also advance your legal career. So don't worry if you're not a tech person, because some of us aren't. If you aren't a tech person, do not worry. We will break it down for you and be as simple as possible. But if you're looking for ways to tap into a new market, get more clients, earn more as a lawyer, then you are in the right place. We have an exciting lineup for you today. We have Mrs. Boma Alabi, ONSAN, and she's a senior partner of Primera African Legal. She leads the corporate governance and compliance practice. And in addition to being an experienced arbitrator and accredited civil and commercial mediator, Mrs. Boma specializes in international tax law, maritime law, mergers and acquisitions, and capital market transactions. So we have loaded today for you guys. So I hope you're ready to learn, and we do have a surprise for you. We'll be launching something. So stay tuned, and we can't wait to hear your response. And you will have time to ask questions later. If you have questions, please stick around to the end of this webinar. You will get all your questions answered. Thank you so much for joining. We're excited to have you, and we cannot wait to hear your feedback. So stay tuned. I have an exciting lineup for you. Thank you so much for joining. Have an address from Mrs. Boma Alabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Hello, Chi, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for that very warm introduction. I barely recognize myself. Very excited about this journey, which I started with the Nigerian Law School, really, and seeing so many young lawyers or would-be lawyers coming out into the profession and not having sufficient work to do. At the same time, and on the other side, were Nigerians, citizens, whose rights were constantly being infringed by regulatory agencies, the Nigerian police, and so on, having no access to lawyers. So this is what has led us to where we are today. It's a long journey, it's taken years, but we're here now. The exciting thing is this is going to be a wealth creation referrals service for lawyers. At the same time, it's a tool for the rule of law, and it's a tool for stopping impunity in Nigeria. It's fashioned around the duty solicitor scheme, which we have in England and so many other countries. In addition to that, it's also goes beyond the duty solicitor scheme and gives people the opportunity to access legal advice and legal services in their commercial activities, in debt recovery, and so many other aspects. And of course, this service will continue to evolve and grow as we go along. I speak on my behalf as I conclude here. I apologize on behalf of Chief Ferdinand Obi, SAN, who is unavoidably absent because he's on the presidential election petition team. And that tribunal is sitting as we speak, and he's still working in court. For the lawyers in the room, you know what it's like, but he sends his greetings. He felicitates with aptResponse on the milestone it's just achieved, and assures us that the Nigerian Bar Association section on legal practice, which really is a section with the responsibility of improving our practice, growing our practice, will certainly work with this platform to enhance the fortunes of lawyers and their ability to give legal services on the one hand, and the ability of Nigerians to access legal services on the other hand, all of which, like I earlier said, enhances the rule of law and reduces impunity in our society. You will hear more as we go along, but at this stage, I think, again, that my final duty is to formally unveil aptResponse to those who are present at this launch and those who will participate in the webinar, who's out there to wider audience. So I formally unveil aptResponse and say to you, here is aptResponse to Nigeria, aptResponse to the world. I thank you.
Welcome back. So we will be having Chidima Amy Chilaka of aptResponse to come and speak with us briefly. Let us know a little bit about the app, what to expect of the app, you know, in Nigeria and also globally.
Hello, everyone. Throughout this webinar, we're going to be talking about the transformative potential of the technology that we are using to revolutionize legal services in Nigeria. We completely understand the significance of the legal sector in Nigeria and the pivotal role it is playing in upholding justice and ensuring a fair society. It is with this understanding that we have developed an innovative solution, and it's an app that we can liken to Uber for lawyers. So our vision is very simple. We want to empower lawyers and enable their clients to find them very easily. So in today's fast-paced world, convenience and accessibility are key. Our app is meticulously designed to bridge the gap between lawyers and those seeking their expertise. So by downloading the app from Play Store and registering your profile, you can unlock a world of opportunities. Our app is user-friendly. It has a fantastic interface. The features are advanced, and it's currently now on Play Store. We are working to get it on App Store. We aim to simplify the process of connecting lawyers with potential clients. So gone are those days where tedious searches provide missed opportunities for lawyers. Lawyers have access now to use this app to find the nearest client to you. There are various services. There is the Emergency Legal Response Service. And for the Emergency Legal Response Service, all the client needs to do is double click on there's a button, a red button on the app, and the nearest lawyer should respond. So what we're trying to do with this webinar is onboard as many lawyers as are interested to join us as we move technology forward and use technology to move the legal careers forward for the lawyers. Our success in achieving this vision is intricately linked with your support and involvement. So we urge you to tell your friends about aptResponse, tell every lawyer you know about aptResponse, because it will go a long way to connecting you with potential clients in every sector of the legal practice that you're engaged in. We want you to know that your success is at the forefront of our minds, and our team is dedicated to working tirelessly to provide you with exceptional support and service. And we understand the challenges you face, and there are no jobs anywhere in Nigeria. So this app has literally been built for lawyers to make sure that lawyers find work in every aspect of it. And a lot of the time you find that we can have, for example, the police. One of the services we offer as aptResponse is police invitation. You find that maybe going along the road at whatever time in the night, the police might stop you, ask you questions, you have a laptop. They're sometimes unfair to the youth because they are, lumping everybody in one category. But what we're finding is there is now a higher, bigger need for lawyers. So police invitation on aptResponse, on the app, the lawyers can when a client clicks on the request button for a lawyer, the nearest lawyer can take up the case. For small claims, that's also available. You can have your landlord or your tenants giving some kind of trouble to either party, and either party can also use the app to look for the nearest lawyer. So lawyers, we're urging you, go and download the app on Google Play Store. We saw a question in the question and answer section asking if the app is available on App Store. We're working on bringing that to you on App Store, but for now it's on Google Play Store. So you have to go tell your friends to go ahead and talk about the app. And let's work together to create a working environment for lawyers where lawyers in Nigeria are at the forefront of just securing justice for the citizens. Hey, I see we have a few questions here. And these are actually fantastic questions. Thank you for participating, everyone. Is the app legally recognized? I'll take them as they come. Ginika Iziogo. Yes, the app is definitely legally recognized. The MBA is working, to make sure that lawyers in Nigeria have access to work. So we are an entity on our own, but the MBA supports the work that we are doing. So we are going to be making sure that lawyers on the app are verified. We're going to go through I've seen another question here asking about the data. We're going to be collecting data from every lawyer, all your certification to prove that you're a lawyer, and we're going to verify this with the MBA. So yes, in Nigeria, the app is legally recognized. Another question here is, how do we download it? Then if it's not available on Play Store, it is available on Play Store. It is not yet available on App Store. We are currently working to bring that to you on App Store. Is there a fee for signing up? There's no fee for lawyers. It is free for lawyers. So which is why we're telling you, tell everyone, we are providing you a platform that can really skyrocket your legal career. From here, many people can see lawyers. I see a raised hand. Please ask your questions in the Q&A section and we would answer. Thank you very much. There's no fee. Users, when we start marketing this app to users, will pay the lawyers, but they pay the lawyers through the app. So again, imagine like a service like an Uber, but for lawyers. So the user comes on and makes a request for a lawyer for either a police invitation or an emergency response need. Maybe the police have stopped them and they need a lawyer in the vicinity to attend to them. Now, what happens is the lawyer is able to charge the client through the app. So we're working with lawyers. Over time, we're even going to be finding out how does the charging system work for you. This app is built for lawyers. So we're going to be getting every input from lawyers, every feedback from lawyers to always make it better for the lawyers. So by subscription, clients will pay and lawyers get paid through the app. I've seen another question here. How well is the data? Let me scroll. I can't find. Okay, how well protected is the information? The information is very tightly protected. We are working to make sure that we've secured, and Google Play Store itself doesn't, they have very, very stringent restrictions when you're trying to upload apps on Play Store, especially ones that have to do with location. So the app is, your data is protected. I see another one. How can one get a certificate at the end of today's training? Okay, you might not have joined from the beginning, but we're not giving out certificates. We're talking about an app for lawyers to connect lawyers to clients. This is what this is about. How do technical issues get resolved on the app? Payment issues like mobile apps for banks. As regards banks, a customer goes to the bank to lay his or her complaints and same is resolved. Is it the same with the app? I see that our Chief Operations Officer has come back on the call. We're very excited to have him here. He will take that last technical question. So let us look and let's make sure that he's on the call, and then he'll come and take this last technical question and he'll tell us a bit more about how the brand will be operating in Nigeria.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My apologies for dropping out of the call. So let me just pick up from that last question. How will technical issues get resolved in the app? Basically, we have a call center which you as the lawyers will be able to call in and lay your complaint. Of course, we will compare transactions that you have done with what we have on the system and hopefully resolve that for you. Having said that, I think let me give a bit more about the app. So essentially, as you have heard during this webinar, the app is designed to make it easier for citizens to access yourselves, and more importantly, for you to be able to increase your own portfolio of activities, okay? So there are three services that are available on the platform. There's emergency response, which will enable you to provide legal aid to anybody within the vicinity where you are that requests for any kind of legal support. So, for example, if you're in a supermarket and somebody is being accosted by a law enforcement officer and makes a request for that, for legal assistance, you will be notified. And as a result of that, you can select to accept or decline the request. If you accept the request will be assigned to yourself. Once it's assigned to yourself, you're expected to now proceed and help the particular client and help them resolve whatever issues that they have. Likewise, there is a police invitation. Now, with a police invitation, a user may have an impromptu request to go to a police station, or they're being invited by any of the law enforcement agents. So they will make a request that they require legal representation. As a result of that, it will be broadcast to the network, and you will have the option to select to accept it or decline it. One thing to note about this, and the next service I will describe, is that it's based on your state. So within your profile, you must set the state that you're in. Now, we've done it in such a way that if you happen to be in Lagos and then for some reason you travel to Abuja, you can still get requests. So all you need to do is update the state you're currently in to on your profile there, and any request within that particular state will be broadcast and channeled towards you for either acceptance or for you to decline. Okay, so again, with the police invitation, it's the user will indicate the day and the time of the appointment, and it's left for you to determine whether you're available or not and provide it. And then the final service that's available on the app is small claims. Now, small claims is essentially any claim which can go to the magistrate's court. So the user will be required to enter the type of claim it is, and it will be broadcast again to the pool of lawyers within that particular state. Okay. Once the lawyers accept the request, what they will do is say how much they think they will charge for that particular small claims. Now, we accept and appreciate that, of course, you don't have all the necessary information to be able to say exactly this is how much it's going to cost to deal with that small claims. Okay, we accept that, we understand that. So as part of that, once you have indicated an interest, the user that's making the small claims will then go through all the profiles of the lawyers that have indicated interest. And if you're selected, they will now have the opportunity to engage you for a 30-minute consultation. And of course, this is paid. They will pay for that consultation. So your time will not be wasted for that. Once they make their small claims and go through the consultation, at the end of the consultation, you can likewise you can also decide that you want to decline this particular request. Okay, if you do accept to continue with the request, and the user accepts the offer that you're making, what will then happen is you'll be required to break down that small claims in milestones. Okay, so you determine, okay, in the first phase, this is what we're going to handle. In the second phase, this is what we're going to handle, and so on and so forth. As a result of that, the user will always pay before you proceed to the next milestone. Okay, so those are the 3 services that's available, I'm hoping that I will be able to do a quick live demo. Let me just see if I can share my screen. Okay, fantastic. All right, so I'm going to launch. This is the user side. In fact, before I deal with the user side, let me quickly run through the lawyer side. Okay. Please tell me when you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, so what the lawyer has when they go into the app, the lawyer has the ability to go and look at emergency responses that they have attended to, okay, and check to see if there's any new requests, okay. Clearly there's none. All right. For police invitation, they can look at the ones that they have requested for, or the ones that are new. For small claims, they will be able to look at the list of small claims. So these are all new claims that have come in for this particular state. You can see the ones that they've been engaged in, the ones that have been cancelled, the ones that they've completed. Okay, all right. So that's the lawyer side of the app. So if as a user, I start an emergency response, okay, so it's going to look for it. I can see as I come in, it's asking me if I'm available. So I've said I'm available. It's going to assign it to me and it's going to navigate me to where the user is. So I click that I've arrived once I get there, and then I can render the service to the user. And once I finish, I can complete that I've rendered the service to the particular user. It's now asking me what type of issue did I go to deal with. So let's say it's a police dispute. I can add additional information here. Okay, click on next, and I've successfully done that. So it's a case of me now rating the particular user and providing any kind of feedback. And automatically, once I've done that, I've closed this particular request, and then I'm available for any subsequent emergency request that comes in, okay? Likewise, I can also look at other activities that are going on, such as police invitation. As I explained before, these are all new requests that's coming in, okay? So, sorry, just give me a sec. Let me start a police. So I can see that I have a number of police requests that are in progress here, okay? All right, and I can continue. This is the user, so I can continue them. Now, the good thing about this, as a lawyer, you can have multiple requests that you need to attend to. So, for example, in June, you can have 2 weeks left in June, you can have one this week, 2 next week, and so on and so forth. It's left for you to now schedule that, okay? All right, so that's police invitation. Similarly with small claims, let's see if there's one. Okay, so this particular small claims, I've set my milestones. So I've set test milestones here, and it's really just waiting for the user to accept and make payment, then I can begin processing the claim. So that's just a quick rundown of how the app works on the lawyer's side. I know there have been some questions being asked before, but now there's a demo. I wonder if there's any additional questions. Okay. So I don't know if anybody has any additional questions to ask. And if you do have any questions, please type them in the Q&A box, please. Any other questions? Okay, so back to you, Chai.
Hello, thank you so much, Mr. Chikezie, for that explanation, in-depth explanation. Thank you all so much for, being a part of this webinar. Hope you learned something, something valuable that you can also share with your peers. And please don't forget, follow us on our social media platform. We're on Instagram currently, YouTube, Facebook as well, at aptResponse01 on Instagram. So you can get any updates on whatever that we have going on with aptResponse, how to sign up, any questions you have. And you can also reach out to us via our DMs, someone will reach out to you. So the handle is apt.response, apt.response01 on Instagram. So you can also send in questions there and we will answer it accordingly. Amy Chilaka, over to you.
One last question before we wrap this up. I see someone say, how soon is it going to be available on Apple Store? We hear you, we are working on it, it is coming. We are very, very grateful, very thankful for the support. Without your attendance at this webinar, you have validated the work that we are doing, and we're going to continue to put in our best to offer you the best service. So please, your call to action right now is what Chai has just said. Go and download the app and register as a lawyer. There is the lawyer app and there is the user app. So download the lawyer app and register. Tell all your friends that are lawyers, this app is free and it is for them. You're going to earn from using this service. You're not just going to earn, you're growing your client base, you are growing your network. If there's anyone that's on this call that wants to, we're going to be doing a Know Your Rights session over time so that we also just educate Nigerians as a whole on their rights. So if there are any lawyers here that want to be part of it, to come and speak to an audience or join us on a webinar, send us a message on Instagram or send us an email. I think, we are just really excited to be launching this app. It's going to come on Google, it's already on Play Store, it's going to come on Apple Store soon. The word is soon. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to contact you with any subsequent information, any other webinars we're going to be hosting. We'll let you know. So thanks very much for joining, everyone. You've been super amazing. Someone has said it's super amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining this informative session, and hopefully we get to see you next time. If we don't already have your email, please leave your email so we can reach out to you. And we're gonna go quickly to Mrs. Bova to give us a closing remark.
I have to thank you all for explaining this app, and also our pioneer lawyers who have joined us. You're joining us for the start of something new, something exciting, something that will take this profession for your generation to the next level. So this journey is just beginning, and we're looking forward to traveling down this road with you. Thank you, Chi. You've been an amazing anchor, and to the aptResponse team. I couldn't bring this to bear. I'm of a different generation. I could only germinate the idea. And here you are making it happen. But this is our legacy, and we thank you all for being a part of it. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And don't forget to follow our social media platforms, aptResponse01 on Instagram. Thank you so much. Next time. Bye.